Hey, good day. This is Scott with Wet Edge, and I'd like to welcome you back to Wet Edge's how-to video series and how to choose the pool finish that's right for you. At Wet Edge, we really do believe that the pool finish is one of the more important decisions you're going to make in the pool building process. One of the more important materials that you're going to select because it's so widely visible, it's so widely used, it ties everything together. It's the frosting on the cake or that ribbon on the present. Now, what are polish finishes typically composed of? Well, you have your base, white cement, and then you'll notice the difference in the range of size of marble quartz aggregate that you mix with the cement that later gets polished and ground down to a smooth texture. And then you can also add things like color quartz, as you see in this particular polish finish. You know, it's just a white background with a little bit of blue color quartz that's polished nice and smooth. To, as you see in this particular finish, those larger flecks of blue, green, and red, that's actual recycled glass. And as you can see in this particular polish finish. So you can dress it up a few ways. You can obviously add pigment to it, but the really nice thing and the biggest benefit about polish finishes is you can polish them. They have a texture that's second to none to any other pool finish. That polishing process, it closes up the pores and it helps that surface be more stain resistant. You're never going to stop a stain from getting on the surface, at least, because that's just part and parcel of owning a pool. Stains are going to happen. The nice thing about polished finishes is that they're engineered so the stain doesn't really get in because the pores are tighter. And if you do get a stain, most stains can be polished off. Down the road, when most people have to consider replastering, you don't have to. You can just repolish and restore the finish. Now, with any pool finish, the polished finish as well, they come with their own sets of challenges. Any pool finish does, because one, it's underwater, and two, its base component is cement. The cement is what models, streaks, swirls. It's what gets broken down. So polished finishes, my point is, polished finishes are not free of their own challenges. And the biggest one is like if you have more cement exposed, like you can see in this finish, it's more susceptible or prone to cosmetic issues. Let's say lesser so to a polished finish like this, just because you have larger aggregate, less cement at the surface. So you just need to keep in mind when you're choosing your polished finish, maybe which one you'd like to go with. But other than that, one of the other big objections or considerations for a polished finish is the cost. And that's simply due because the materials used and the installation process, particularly, you have to be able to appreciate that the installer or the gentleman doing the polishing is taking a 7-inch pad about that size and literally going over the entire surface of the swimming pool. And, you know, typical pool could take anywhere between 4 to 6 to 8 hours even. Again, it really depends on the size and the depth of the pool, but I'm sure you can appreciate that. So it simply becomes a question of do the benefits justify that cost? But as I stated earlier, polished finishes kind of tend to pay for themselves over the long run. You pay a little more on the front end, but over that life cycle of that pool, as I say, where other people may have to replaster with other pool finishes, you can repolish at a fraction of the cost. So you can weigh those two options. So once again, those are polished finishes. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. As always, I know I throw a lot of information at you in these series, and I thank you for hanging in there with me. And I invite you to continue along in the series or watch our other videos that we offer at our website at wet-edge.com. And as always, thank you very much from Wet Edge, your pool finish resource.